Alright, now we all seen the press conference, okay? Everyone, I mean everyone made a video about it, giving their thoughts on it. And with me being a gamer, you are damn sure I had something to say about this. Also, people were asking me, was I going to make a video about it anyway? So here we go. Of course, it's me, the Elite Ace, we live action. You already know what it is. Now, let me clear some things up, right? This video, of course, is about my thoughts on, okay, this Xbox One and the whole press conference. Now, prior to this, remember, I put out a couple videos. What do you expect? I believe, what was that last video I made? What do you want to expect out of next gen? And the other one about the PS4. I think it's titled PS4 Are You Sold? Now, so let's look at this as my thoughts on the press conference and am I sold on the Xbox One? First things first, there are a lot of people, okay, pissed off and let down by the whole press conference. And oh yeah, and note, we all know I'm a multi-platform gamer, so no fanboyism here. You know, from playing games since I was very little, owning multiple consoles. So this is, I'm just telling it like it is. Let me clear up some things. For the people who were pissed off, see, the conference didn't piss me off. You want to know why? Microsoft said before this press conference that they were not going to be focusing heavily on the games. Alright, this was the revealing of the system. E3 is for the games. Alright, so when people have anticipation mixed with confusion or the unknown, you end up letting yourself down because you put this whole event up on a pedestal. Also, the name. Yeah, I know, I'm not a big fan of the name. Xbox One. I'm like, it doesn't, and I understand it's your one-stop shop for your all-in-one entertainment base. Okay, I get it, but still, I think that's very bad because it's going to confuse people. Just how people, like with the Wii U, they didn't even realize that was the next system from Nintendo. They just thought it was an add-on or an attachment, etc. So when they think Xbox One, they're going to be like, what? Like, Xbox One? Like, but my thing is, even though a name can sound stupid, it can be called Xbox degree, but the name does not defy, like it's not going to affect my gameplay. Alright, so even though a name can be good or bad, it doesn't affect the gameplay. Let's talk about the design of the system. Alright, this thing, yes, it does look like a VCR. It reminds me of my old VCR back when I was very little. It does remind me of that. You know, it has to connect on top. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the way the system looked, but the way the system looks to me does not affect the gameplay. I mean, when you all into a game, are you looking at your system? Are you concerned about the way it looks? I mean, when I'm into Monster Hunter, I'm not looking at the Wii U. When I'm playing Metal Gear Rising, I'm not looking at my 360. But at the same time, I can understand that, you know, you're expecting, you know, like a sleeker, newer, better design. It's supposed to look better, not worse. So I understand that. The apps, I mean, the things they're talking about, to be honest, I could really care less. I mean, but I wasn't all saying like, damn, they're talking about these apps. Where's the games? Where's the games? Where's the games? Because I knew this was not going to be about the games. Even though they did show like, what, 2 or 3 games. And that's what E3 is for. So if anything, alright, if anything, this should make people more amped for E3 because you want to know why? They got all of this bullshit out the way, talking about, you know, Skype. I'm rarely on Skype. Rarely on. I didn't care about the fantasy football and basketball. I didn't care about the Skype. Okay, Netflix. You all know I'm a Netflix junkie. I can watch Netflix on my phone. So me being a Netflix junkie, like, okay, it's about Netflix, Hulu, all basically all this stuff, and a lot of these apps I never use. A lot of apps on the Wii I never used. A lot of apps on my PS3 I never used. A lot of apps on the Wii U I never used. Like this, Switch, I never clicked on that. NBC never clicked on that. HBO Originals, I never clicked on that. Maximum never clicked. Hulu Plus, believe it or not, yes, I know y'all shocked. Hulu, never. I mean, I'm a gamer, alright? I mean, it's cool that these systems can do multiple things. But the one thing I'm going to do on it the most is what? Say it with me. Playing games, alright? So that's my whole thing. But I mean, now that's cool. The voice recognition is, you know, that's kind of cool. You know, I got the motion doing this, but still, I'm like, that's cool, but I mean, and let me ask y'all something. Does that really, does this generation really truly feel like next gen? Does it really feel like a step ahead? Like 360's been around, 360's been around for what? Since 2005. You know, these systems, PS3, the Wii, and the 360 been around for years. This is the longest time a system, lifespan for a system has ever been out. So do you feel all this weight, all this longevity of time that's been going on, do you feel like now, it feel like there's an up leap, and like there's a big leap from where we're coming from? But even though I understood those things, however, those are my thoughts on the press conference. Yeah, you know, they showed the Call of Duty, you know, that looked cool, but this the thing. Now my thoughts, okay, about the system of choices Microsoft made, I just couldn't believe it, man. Like, you have the audacity. Like, no used games, no backwards compatibility. And from what I'm hearing, there's a fee to pay. There's a fee to pay if you want to play these used games. And this can cause a domino effect because not everyone likes to go out and get new games. Some people like to get used games for a different amount of reasons. It's tight out here for motivators. You know, that wallet, they got to keep it kind of tight. And they don't want to keep paying full price for new titles, especially if these titles go up to $70. They're already $60, so we don't know what that'd be. Even if it stays $60 still, you know, people are still like, wait a minute, I can't buy used games. Oh, and another thing I found out, yes, your gamer score and your avatar and the movies you bought, everything, it'll transfer over except your Xbox Live Arcade titles, yes. So I'm thinking like, damn, okay. So not only can I play all my 360 titles on there, my Xbox Live titles, Xbox Live Arcade titles, I can't transfer over, you know. Not my the Capcom side-scrolling Dungeons and Dragons, not the Guardian Heroes, not the Castle Crashers, none of that stuff. Not the Gunstar Heroes, any of that can't transfer over. But I don't understand. Like, okay, people say, well, it's working on a new like it's not made the same, so it's not, you can't use backwards compatibility on it, but you with the smarts and the money and the know-how that they have, they could have fit that in. But I honestly think this is gonna hurt them in the long run. I really do. Hopefully this stuff will get cleared up. Hopefully there's some misunderstanding with all of this. But the funny thing is, for the people who was dissing the Wii when it first came out, saying the name sounds stupid or whatnot, we see now people are saying Xbox One sounds stupid. And for the people who said this was all a rumor, and because I've seen videos of people saying, you know, people kill me making these videos speculating about these rumors regarding these systems. Nobody is working for the company. Nobody's a gaming journalist, etc., etc. But this is the thing. When that rumor first started floating around, talking about, okay, it can't play used games, and you know it's not backwards compatible. Those are floating around for PS4 and I was gonna say 720, and for the One. But once the PS4 got revealed, and we see that rumor didn't apply to that, that left one other suspect, and that suspect was the next Microsoft system, and we see it's true. And excuse me, and that freaking always on internet connection. Like, you always have to have an internet connection. I mean, it feels like for it to be next gen, okay, you should not take things back or away or alter something that wasn't even broken in the first place. But now I see a lot of people saying, well, they're switching to PS4, or you know, they're switching just to the Wii U, believe it or not, yes. Or they're saying, hey, I just might have a PS4 and a Wii U. As for me, I remember my brother asked me, he said, are you going to get the 720 at launch? I'm like, of course. That's how much faith. That's how much faith. You know, I was like, hell yeah, of course, day one. I said, no matter, nope. I said, yep, unboxing and everything, day one. Now I'm not getting it at day one. Why? I'm gonna just tell you this. I'm not sold yet, and this is proof I'm not playing no fanboy role, because I said the same thing on my PS4 video. I'm still not sold for the PS4. But with this Xbox One, yes, they talk about 15 exclusives, all right? 15. That is a very good thing because it's all about the games. That did make my ears stand up at attention. Like, okay, 15 exclusive titles. So I'm like, that's pretty good. 8 of them, though, are new. And my thing is, the rest, no, I think 8 of them are new or 8 are existing. It's either one. Forgive me for forgetting. But this is my whole thing about that, okay? Within those exclusives, how many of those exclusives are going to be Connect only games? Because now that the Connect is damn near mandatory, part of the Xbox One, there's some things you have to do. Like it sometimes forces you to use the Connect. And I don't care about the Connect. I never wanted the Connect. No, I don't care about the Connect at all. So hopefully a lot of those exclusives are not a whole bunch of Connect use only titles. But yeah, so for me, day one purchase, no. I'm waiting for the PS4 and for the X1 to be sold for me. They're gonna have to come with the big guns at E3. All right, I already know what Nintendo is gonna bring. Nintendo barely disappoints me. They can and have disappointed me before, but with seeing the choices they made for this X1, Xbox One, it's like, come on, man. Like this E3, the games, I better see some mind-blowing exclusives that just make me be like, you know what? Hey, that other bull crap they was talking about. I'm throwing that out the window. I'm getting the Xbox One on the first day. But the PS4 though, you know, rumors are pointing at Final Fantasy Versus 13 will be exclusively to PS4, and I've been wanting Final Fantasy Versus 13 since it's been announced. All right, and that's been announced since Bush was in office, and we see Diablo 3 is on PS4. Is it exclusively to PS4? We don't know. If it is, hey, that's more of a, you know, good sign for me picking up a PS4, you know, real quick. But I don't know, man. But this E3, I know I'm looking on Nintendo side. I'm looking forward to the Smash Brothers, of course. I'm looking forward to the Mario Kart, the new Zelda, etc. I'm looking forward to that. The new 3D Mario. No, I don't care about that. But yeah. So that's all. That's my whole thoughts about it. I mean, don't care for the name. Don't care for the look. Like I said, but that doesn't affect the gameplay. I'm disappointed in the choices that they made regarding the 720. I'm not 720. Damn, they should have kept it 720. I'm disappointed as far as the choices they made regarding the Xbox One. I'm not sold on it as of yet. I'm not. I'm just have to wait to E3. And for the ones complaining about the press conference, just always know it was about the system, not so much the games. That's why they only showed those 3 games. And think about it. If they would have just focused heavily on games, that means this bullcrap right here, they would have talked about it at E3. And people would have been complaining about that at E3. They probably been saying like, this is their press conference. Like they spent the hour talking about apps. Like I said, now that this is out the way, I'm expecting to see games after games after games after games. I'm expecting to see vice president of this company, president of this company, lead director of this, coming on stage with a controller in their hand, showing live gameplay. All right. I mean, it's cool. You know, you got you have Destiny that's coming to the Xbox One. You have Thief. You know, you got the Call of Duty. You got your sports games, the UFC, etc. The Forza. But the Thief, I am going to get the Thief. Destiny, I am excited for the Destiny. But I don't know, man. The choices they made regarding that no use games, backwards compatibility, always have to have an online connection, etc. And some people don't like that you can't even exchange the hard drive. You know, they don't like that. I mean, that doesn't really bother me. But that's one thing about Elite. Oh, and plus we don't know the pricing, but I'm pretty sure they will talk about that at E3. So again, don't really care for the name or the way the system look, but that doesn't affect gameplay. I'm just disappointed in the choices they made regarding the Xbox One. And the apps, I could care less about it, you know. But I understood that conference was not about the game, so I did understand that. So that's my thoughts about Elite. I'm still not sold on that. I'm still not sold on the PS4. So maybe next month, and I will make a video regarding E3, and I will let you know if I'm sold or not. So look out for that video. Thanks for watching this. Elite Ace signing out.